turn, I guess. Asuka and Kairi Sane joined Damage Control. Kairi Sane returning at Crown Jewel, leading up to Bayley's skepticism there on SmackDown to open up SmackDown. Basically letting bygones be bygones. They basically said, hey, Kairi said, basically, I accept your apology. No hard feelings. And then now she's a part of Damage Control. Setting up Bianca Belair, Charlotte, and Asuka to come out. Setting up a six-woman tag later in the match, later in the night. And we get another turn, per se. Asuka blowing the mist in Bianca Belair's face again. And turning heel and joining Damage Control, joining Kairi Sane, joining Bayley, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky. What do you guys think about that? Adding Asuka to that group in the formation of Damage Control getting bigger. Mm-hmm.
Louis, you want to take this first?
Yeah. I think it's finally coming to the end of Damage Control. I don't see this lasting very long or ending well for Bayley. I don't know if this is going to give her like a kind of baby face turn. I don't know, because I feel like she's kind of been healed for like a while now. It's been working for her, but as the breadcrumbs have been dropped, she's not going to go back.
Daniel, that character is dead.
Oh, they can bring it back. You know what's going to happen? You know what's going to happen, Brian?
I'm telling you.
You know what's going to happen? Somebody's going to go up to her after she gets after she gets kicked out of Damage Control. She's going to get a nice big hug. And she's like, you know what? I need to spread these again. That's how it's going to go.
Okay.
He's going to go on a campaign.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Before I go, I'm gonna address that. That is a great idea, but there's only one person who would pull that off. You guys remember that girl that used to have her hair in a ponytail at NXT? I think her name was like Izzy. She was like the number one like Bayley fan.
Yeah.
And she was like training to become. She's training to become a wrestler right now. It only works if she's the one. She's the one to do it, because everybody knows. Everyone knows that she's the Bayley fan. If they get her and they do a backstage,
that would be the most amazing storytelling of Full Circle ever.
Yeah,
you lost your way, baby.
Long-term booking.
Yes, long-term booking at its best. But I love that Asuka turn, because I think we mentioned it last week about the possibility of this Japanese stable that they're putting together. Obviously, minus Saray, who signed with another promotion, but they have to be very careful with how they book this, because let's be serious. Everybody and their mother knows that Bayley is going to get dropped in the coming weeks or in the coming months, or Bayley is eventually going to get dropped by this group. Everybody knows it's coming. So because of that, they have to be very careful with how they do it, because Bayley has been so good as a heel and has gotten so much disdain amongst the fans that if they were to just drop her right now, everybody would be cheering for them and booing Bayley. So I think the direction they're trying to go in is to make this group of Japanese women vicious heels, trying to create another bloodline or another Judgment Day within the women's division. I mean, that's essentially what you would have. So Bayley has been so good as a heel that, like, they booked the breakup right now and they all just jumped her, everybody would be cheering for it, because everybody loves Io. I mean, people still love Asuka, and they'll get used to Kairi Sane again. Which on top, by the way, I don't like the fact that she's still portraying the pirate princess gimmick. I like I know that's what she came in as and such, but I just think that she's above and beyond that now.
She's a dark pirate now.
I mean, dark pirate, good pirate. I just think she's outgrown.
I thought she was going to be more of like the punk rock with Io Sky.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking, that she was going to be.
And I feel like the pirate princess is her babyface character. Like that's her babyface character.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like the whole princess thing is just too babyface now.
She rides on a black ship now. You know, it's all black.
Davy Jones and them.
Yep, Davy Jones Locker.
I know, and Dakota Kai isn't going anywhere because obviously she has that connection with them through Japan and such since she got her start in Japan. So she fits with those three in that aspect. But yeah, like I said, they just gotta be careful with how they book it. I mean, if the goal is for them to be vicious heels, then they can't just drop Bayley so fast because then everybody will be happy that Bayley is getting her comeuppance in the sense.
Yeah, see, I was talking to Dan about
would
this.
Michael Cole turn on her?
Yeah, I was talking to Dan about this. I'm like, do we think that Dakota's staying? Because, you know, I feel like she's been kind of like the Bayley ride or die, and just to see her kind of get squashed out, she either would have had to have planned this with EO way beforehand, or it's gonna be like, you know what, I'm just gonna go with people that are winning, you know. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. What I just thought of right now is that I feel like this is the way if we see this play out like this, where, you know, she gets kicked, kind of taken out, or like, you're not the leader anymore, you're out of damage control. I feel like she's kind of being like a Miz position where, like, yeah, she's still a heel, but she'll kind of be in that babyface role. And then who's gonna then go against this group? Charlotte, Bianca, and now you're probably gonna have Bayley, Shotzi too, and then Bayley probably groveling to them like, "Come on, guys, I'm sorry, blah blah blah. Let's take him out, you know, this and that." And that's how I kind of like get the vibe from it. But we'll see how it's gonna go. It's definitely gonna be. I hope they don't.
I feel like.
Go ahead.
Sorry about that. I feel like it's gonna be kind of like Bayley trying to get people to trust her again.
Yeah,
kind of like Sting, kind of like Sting in WCW, or I can't remember, or Lex Luger. Like those guys just trying to get people to trust them again and believe in them again. And everyone's kind of be like, no, and then eventually they're going to be getting beat down at some point, and then she's going to come out and make the save and get the big ruckus of the crowd and stuff like that. So it's definitely interesting to see what they're going to be doing with that. Seeing Asuka in a different role, being in the secondary role, is going to be interesting. And, you know, she had all the back and forth with Io Sky and stuff like that. So obviously that's water underneath the bridge now. Yeah. But it's going to be interesting to see how Bianca Belair goes forward. Charlotte goes forward against them. Shotzi obviously looks like an ally of them. So it's going to be interesting to see how that goes forward and how that makes sense, because Charlotte and Bianca should be facing each other. They're going to actually be teaming up against Damage Control. Shotzi is kind of like the most out of place person that we want to see in a rise position on the women's division. So it's going to be good, obviously, that she's going to be paired with Charlotte and Bianca, obviously, in that setting. So obviously we're just waiting to see what happens with Bayley at this point and how she gets back to her position. Is she going to be kicked out? How long is they going to keep her around? But it should get interesting. I think it's going to happen. There's going to be some type of match at Survivor Series. Either she causes them to lose and they kick her ass out that way, or they win and they just continue it and try to milk it so it's done. So it's done further down the line, maybe around the Rumble or something like that towards WrestleMania time. But it's going to get interesting. Definitely going to get interesting.
Yeah, definitely. And the whole interesting thing about it is, you know, when you think about Bayley, like I said, I think the hugger gimmick is dead. I mean, if you want to, like I said,
what else is she gonna be?
I'm just saying. I mean, when you remember how she went about when she made the character, destroying the Bayley buddies and getting rid of the ponytail out of her hair. I mean, when you look at that,
know if the world was gonna end tomorrow, Brian.
when you look at how the characters go, I mean, there's some instances with some characters where you just can't go back, no matter how creatively that you book it. You just can't go back.
Mhm.
I mean, there've been plenty of times I wish they didn't go back. I mean, how many times like back in the Attitude Era was did Dustin Rundle say he was done with Goldust only for like a couple of months later for Goldust to reappear? Like, and they made it clear like, okay, Goldust is dead. We're not going back to this again, and they would eventually go back to it, and it would never be the same. So I just think I just think, is there a way that Bayley can be a heel without being the hugger? I mean, be a baby face without her having the hug gimmick.
It'd have to be a new, like, I don't know. It'd have to be a new. And this is why I say it'd be like to me, it'd be like in a Miz type of like position where he is now. It's like we all know the Miz is a heel. I feel like majority of people have known Bayley now more recently as a heel. So for her to get kicked out, it's gonna be like I'm still, the heel I was, but now I need to get people's trust in order to fight the group that I created. Kind of like a. Dare I say it, kind of like Edge getting kicked out of the Judgment Day and be like, well, I guess I got to take
Oh, yeah. And another thing, because it looks like there's going to be a women's war game match that they're probably going to announce this Friday on SmackDown. They're probably going to end up being 4-on-4.
Mm-hmm.
So if that is the case, who ends up being the fourth member for Team Bianca, Charlotte, and Shotzi?
Bayley.
A storm is coming.
Do you want to do that so soon?
A storm is coming.
That so soon? That's what I mean.
A storm is coming.
That's what I mean about
coming.
A storm is coming.
I don't know. Nah, that's not the right time to debut Jade. You want Jade's debut to be special, like her on her own. If you throw her in here with these other seven superstars, then she doesn't stand out as much. That she's just
what other women are on SmackDown? I feel like I'm forgetting. Or is that everyone?
I mean, Lewis, that pretty much is everyone.
Oh, that's everyone.
SmackDown Women's Division. Remember how we said they had like the four top
versus from women? Raw who had
nothing, no one.
Versus from Raw who just trotted out 20 plus, just throwing out 20 plus women in the Battle Royal. Yeah. On SmackDown, it feels like this is it. But no, I feel like it's kind of like Jade in a War Games match coming out, and they don't bring her out. They keep her as a mystery partner. She comes out last.
Yeah.
I mean, she comes and makes the big save, puts everybody down. That's a way to do it, but it's like that hurts Damage Control, who obviously we're trying to build up. So I can see them not going that direction, but it's like if we're going to start planting the seeds here, I feel like she has to make her debut. Like, I would want it to be at the Rumble, because I feel like that's probably the best place in Tampa, in that type of atmosphere, that stadium. I feel like that would be the best place. But I can see her. I don't see Bayley being there. Dakota Kai is not cleared yet.
There's another one.
It's going to have to be Bayley. It's going to have to be Bayley in War Games, So, I mean, to even up that, I don't know if it's somebody from NXT or something like that. I don't know.
They could do a call up.
I feel like Jade could be a possibility.
They haven't called up any female NXT people in a while. So, I don't know.
I mean, they all been called up to Raw.
No.
Tegan Knox, Zoe Stark.
Tegan Knox was already
Rodriguez.
Tegan Knox was already
like
there.
All of those.
No, hold on.
All of them been called up to Raw, though.
Yeah.
What about like a Roxanne Perez though?
See, I would like to see that, but if she's gonna be the fourth member, I don't think that would be the right spot for her, because obviously whenever you're doing stuff like that, whenever you do stuff like that, the fourth mystery opponent, it really has to be like a game changer, and I don't think Roxanne would be the game changer for a War Games match.
Hulk Hogan. He's the mystery man. Comes out, drops the leg drop. Writes itself.
Yeah, you said Hogan.
Yeah, but in terms of, I don't know. Like, wait, I did see something earlier. It could be. I'm thinking. I know they've done this. I know they went to the well before. But Mickie James seems to have been done with Impact at the moment. I don't know. I don't I did see that at the last minute, so I don't know if that's an addition that they can just pull out of their hat and say, "Hey, Mickie James is on the War Games match." I don't know what her direction on SmackDown or WWE would be at that point, but that's an option there.
Nick, make the call.
Trish Stratus, she's been good in cage matches.
Nick, make the call, Nick.
Who did you say?
I said Nick Aldis, make the call. That's all it takes is one call. That's all it takes is one call. One call.
I forgot.
Wifey, pull up.
I forgot about that. They are married, yeah.
Wifey, pull up. That's easy.
That's easy. I was joking. Trish Stratus, she's good in cage matches.
No, I actually
put on bangers in cage matches out of nowhere.
I actually just pulled up SmackDown's women's division right now, and realistically, the only person that hypothetically would make sense would be Mia Yim Michin.
She hasn't been in anything.
See you guys' reaction? Yeah. That says a lot. So they might have to go outside of the roster of SmackDown.
I like her.
SmackDown to get some.
I do too, but she would have to show up like the weeks following up or something. I don't know. It can't be like that. Wouldn't be like a mystery surprise. Like,
if she comes back, she can't be in her regular ring gear. She has to be the Asian badass, like with her jeans and her boots, beating up people. She can't just come back regular. She can't come back regular. That's the only edge I can see out of it. But outside of that, I don't know.
I know some
Roxanne
people.
Perez is probably the person that you would think.
I know some people were throwing out Becky Lynch.
No,
but it's like
she's on Raw.
Yeah, she's on Raw. And now apparently she's a part of this group effort to get Xia Li over.
I'm still not liking that effort, but we'll talk about that later.
I mean, Lou,
it took a turn.
They're trying. They really are trying.
It's not paying off.
I mean, she was on TV back to back. She was on TV back to back nights on Raw and on NXT. So they're trying with Xia Li.
But those terrible. Oh, the kick knocked her out. Like, it's not even believable. Like, one of the kicks like hit her in the shoulder or something. It was like, oh, and it's like, it's not even believable. Like, it would be one thing if she pulled like an Aleister Black and did the roundhouse and was like, boom, and they're like, oh snap, knocked him out. But it's like
what they need to do. What they need to do.
Like, oh, I took her out.
What they need to do is have her deliver a kick to the gut and then do the roundhouse to the head. That's what they need. Because if she's fighting a taller opponent, she's not going to reach all the time consistently.
Especially like Indy Hartwell.
So they need to have her kick a person in the gut. Yeah, like I think it was the shoulder. I think that's where she kicked her in the shoulder. It was like, we know she didn't get kicked in the head. But I mean, yeah. Thanks for Becky Lynch for trying to help that effort there for sure. But in terms of a mystery woman, I don't know. Jade Cargill would be the person that they would pull out for a War Games match. But I just feel like that was just
her a lot. I feel like at this point, why not?
Everywhere.
Yeah, I'm like at this point, why not? But
I just feel like that's just.
Go ahead.
I just feel like it's just they'll just be too physically imposing.
Yeah,
like Bianca Belair, Charlotte,
the high flyers versus the powerhouses, I guess.
And Jade Cargill just clotheslining them out of the sky. Yeah. I just feel like they'll be too. You got Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair and Charlotte on the same team.
Exactly.
Just beating the hell out of them. Like, come on. Like, it's crazy. But now we gotta see who the mystery opponent is. It's gonna be interesting if they do set up. If it is a War Games match, or is it going to be a traditional Survivor Series match? That's the question. So that's going to be interesting to see if they do that and see how that turns out. Let's get into probably the biggest heel turn that we've probably been waiting for. That would be Drew McIntyre officially joining